Shalom, shalom. This is your brother Quadov, GMS Gulf Coast. And I'd like to start by giving infinite honor, praise, and glory to the Most High and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakak Quadash. Double honors are bestowed upon the elder apostles as well as the elder bishops and the elders of Great Millstone. Also, like to send a sincere shalom to the sincere Akim, rather. They go out and push this word with all truth, faith, and sincerity, preaching and teaching 100% truth, as well as calling them the names Yahweh Yahushai, and last but not least to the men, women, and children who make up the bulk of the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, whom are Israelites, who have also come back to the obedience of the scriptures, and are calling on the names Yahweh Yahushai. To you all, shalom. And Abba Ratazah, as always, if it be the Heavenly Father's will, be edifying. Just a quick rant. I was just listening to the brother. Let me get this out the way. I was just listening to the brother's not Yikes, but the brother Ishayar's video. And the title of his video, let me see if I can find it. So like I'm riding, I'm actually going to handle something. Listening can save you from being put through a lot of hardship. That's phone had to chime in on that. And that goes without saying, man, if you have the spirit about you to listen. Because listening, like it just said, listening will take you a long ways, man. If you have it about you, in the spirit of Yahweh to listen, and as you listen, man, you're gonna hear things that you don't want to hear, but you need to hear. Number one thing you need to hear is you need to learn how to take accountability, man. Because any kind of hardship or prosperity you may find yourself in, all of those different things, all those different situations, you actually brought yourself to that. Your decision making, you, the individual, your decision making brought you to wherever point in life you're at right now, to this very day. You know what I'm saying? And you have no one to blame but yourself. That is the moral of the story. You have no one to blame but yourself. Even if you was involved in a group thing, it was still on you at the end of the day because you are an individual. Lord, give us all our own brains, our own. He give us our own. He gives us our own wherewithal to be able to rationalize, think, and whatnot. So that we are held accountable individually for what we do. You understand? We are held accountable individually what we do. Real quick, I want to grab a quick scripture. And this is all in response to the brother Shayar's video, man. Because even as I'm saying what I'm saying, you have to put yourself first and foremost in anything that you say. What the hell is this? Get out of the way. This is Philippians 2:12. Wherefore, my beloved. So, hold on just a second. I'm back. As I was saying, Philippians 2:12, and it reads, wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own. Let's keep those two words right there, your own salvation, with fear and trembling. But that was the key word right there. Your own. You as the individual. You the person. You. Because everything that you've done has gotten you in the situation that you find yourself in. You understand? And until you come to the wherewithal about yourself, the Lord put it on your spirit to be able to see that this is all because of me. I'm it's a group. It seems as though it's a group thing, but when you are real with yourself, you'll see that in anything that you do, the last decision falls to you. The Lord says what He says: strive on to the truth until death. You may be put in a situation where your life is on the line. What you gonna cop out and blame them for because they put a gun to your head and the Lord says strive on to truth unto death. Man, let me see if I can find it. I think it's Ecclesiastes 5. I think 5 and 7. Let me see real quick. So even if your life is on the line, you still have to weigh in the balance what the Lord wants first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Let me see. That ain't it. Let me see. Real quick. Search. Because if that wasn't the case, let me see. Then why does this particular verse? I hit the wrong one. Let me see. Okay. If that wasn't the case, then why does this verse exist? You know, there were situations where the three boys, Meshach, Abednego, and Abednego, and Meshach, they were all faced with a peril situation. Susanna, she was faced with a peril situation. So let me go over here real quick. What it is? No, make no tear. I might pull the wrong one. Let me see. Strive unto the truth. Strive unto the truth unto death. Let me see. Let me see real quick. Just bear with me. Strive unto truth unto death. 4 and 20. God damn it. It's like it's 4 and 28. Let me see. It's 4 and 28. Okay. This is Ecclesiastes, aka Sirach. 4 and 28. Because you may just be put in that situation where your life is on the line. They finna get rid of this implantable chip. That thing is finna be something that they're gonna actually force upon you in the times to come. What you gonna do? You gonna make up an excuse? Well, they were gonna kill me. That's why I did. And the Lord gonna say, okay, let's excuse them. Then they were gonna kill him. So, no. If that was the case, then this scripture wouldn't exist. This is Sirach, Ecclesiastes, aka Sirach 4 and 28. And read. It says, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. And the Lord will come in. He'll come through for you, man. He'll come through for you, man. I'm going to give an example. Let me go to Susanna. She was falsely accused, man. You know? I'm going to just give you the oversight of it. When you get into, well, let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me just get it. Let me see. There's examples in there, you know, in the scriptures where I had to go through too much to go there. This phone running slow and so forth and so on. But the point that I'm trying to drive home through the spirit, man, is that there's no excuses, man. Our Lord and Savior Yahushua was quoted for saying, "Had I not come, there'd be cloak for their sin, man." But there ain't no cloak for your sin, because he's come through by way of the prophets, man. His spirit is out. He came first and foremost himself, and now he's put his spirit about on planet Earth here, spirit of prophecy, which be the spirit of Yahushua, pursuant to Revelation 19:10. So there ain't no excuse for none of us, especially in this truth, man. There's no excuse. You understand? And but we'll feel that way, the individual will feel that way, somebody, well, he or she feel as though, woe is me is because of all the set of circumstances around me, and I ain't had nothing to do with it, man. I ain't gonna take no accountability, or at least that thought doesn't come to mind. Because if you factor in, how did I get here, and you being truthful with oneself, it'll be you'll see it was all the decisions that you made that ultimately made it here. You might have went to the casino on a certain day and got there and hit the jackpot, got $20,000 on this machine. That was the decision you felt. You got up that morning and you moved around and whatnot, and you went to the casino at this particular time, and everything lined up for you. But it was behind that decision that you made, man. You know what I'm saying? And you can get up and go leave work now. Go cash your check and go spend it all in the slot machine, dog. And now you ain't got nothing from damn light bill, your rent, whatever the case may be. It was still your decision. You got to be held accountable, you the individual. And I don't want to get way off point there, but my point being is that, man, collectively, I ain't gonna even say that. I'm just gonna say concerning knowing better, knowing right from wrong, knowing the things that you should and should not do. But then in the meantime, between time, you can't take accountability, for the decisions you make because of the situation you find yourself in, man. You factor everything else in. It's the finger being pointed. You complain about your situation, but you never address why you in the situation. That never factors in. That never comes to mind right there. The factoring in of why I'm where I'm at. And the brother video, he going in, man, you got to listen, man. Because, especially in this truth, man, brothers be telling, if collectively two, like how should I say, with two or more gather, I'm in the midst thereof. If two brothers in the same spirit, mind you, it's three of us, so three brothers, I'm just saying two, on average, there's two brothers on the same wavelength, and they bringing something to you, hey, this, that, and more than likely, more than not, the situation has to be, you are the situation. You are the common denominator. And again, if you can't find no reason and no fault in whatever you do, then you're gonna pretty much find yourself in worse and worse sets of circumstances. And it only compounds on you worse when you got families, and you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. We can't be proud. We can't be stiff-necked. We can't. There's a lot of things that we have to be mindful of. And the brother had made a comment in that particular video. You got to question yourself, man. Do you truly believe? If you can't come to the mindset, you know what I'm saying, that you actually are the problem. I mean, we ain't gonna say you fully the whole 100% of the problem, but mind you, the things you do usually lead you to the place you are. That's all I'm saying, The things that you do usually lead you to the places that you are, the situations you find yourself in. Anyway, shit. I was just ranting, to be honest with you. And we got to take accountability, man. I'm going to grab one more real quick, Our beloved King David said this here is a prayer, man. And it goes to show you that you have to go into these scriptures, man, to find yourself. You know what I'm talking about? To find reality, man. Because without going into these scriptures, frequently you live in a world of delusion. It's not reality, man, because you can't come to certain conclusions without the scriptures, man. If you rely solely on what you think and how you feel, you know what I'm talking about, what it says, Job 9:24, then I'm perverse. Let me get that real quick. Job 9:24, I believe it is. And it reads, it says, no, Job 9:20, slot. It says, if I justify myself, my own mouth shall condemn me. If I say I am perfect, it shall also prove me perverse, man. You got to be mindful of these things, man. And let me get that Psalms real quick. It slipped my mind. I think it's Psalms 51. Yeah, Psalms 51. And let me start at verse 1, and it reads, a contrite sinner's prayer for pardon, man. But contrite. Let me get that word contrite real quick. Let me get that word contrite. I want to get it in the dictionary. That ain't it. Yeah.
Contrite.
Feeling of or expressing remorse or penitence, affected by guilt. Do you have a feeling of remorse, a severe remorse, man? It's a feeling of showing sorrow and remorse for improper or objectable behavior and actions. So so this goes without saying, man. Do you feel that way? Because again, if you're not going into these scriptures, man, that's a hiccup in itself, and that's a lack of faith. The elder Apostle Gabar mentioned on one of his videos, it ain't been too long back, where he said, if you're not praying enough, that's showing you a lack of faith, man. So you don't even want to put forth the effort to ask for these things and have the patience, the wherewithal to suffer until the Lord answers you, man. Why? Because you're truly not sincere, like the brother said in his video. Then you got to ask yourself, do you truly believe? The blood brother Ishayar said in the video, do you truly believe? Now those questions come to mind. Anyway, let me read this. This is Psalms 51. And as it says, a contrite sinner's prayer for pardon. It says, have mercy on me, O God, according to thy loving kindness and according unto the multitude of thy tender mercies, blot out my transgressions. But now you got to feel this. You got to truly, sincerely feel this way. You got to have faith and belief that your prayers are going to be answered. And the lack thereof shows, like the elder apostle Gabar said, the lack of faith, man. That not praying, you don't truly believe. Then it goes back to the brother Ishayar said, do you truly believe? See, all of those things come to question now. Verse 2, it says, wash me thoroughly from my iniquities and cleanse me from my sin. And here's the point right here. Here you go. Listen to what King David says, man. And it's a man who ruled over the kingdom of Israel, both southern and northern, at a given time. At one point in time, they all came together and acknowledged him as the king. Let's read this. This is verse 3, and it reads, for I acknowledge my transgression, and my sin is ever before me. Against thee only have I sinned and done this evil in the sight of thy sight, that thou mightest be justified when thou speakest, and be clear when thou judgest. Behold, I was sharpened in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me. Point being, he acknowledged. Accountability, man. So if you find yourself in a situation and you lack the accountability to ask the question, how did I get here? And then factor yourself into that equation. If you can't do that, then again, like the Lord, the elder apostle boss says, you don't. That's a testimony against you that you probably ain't praying. And if you are praying, and that goes to what the brother Ishayar said, do you truly believe, or you just saying something, just be saying something? Anyway, I'm gonna close it out. Gotta be accountable, man. We gotta hold ourselves accountable. At the end of the day, we gotta hold ourselves accountable, man. There's no set of circumstances that I could all have found myself in that I was not accountable for, whether I was a team player or not. The earnest of it was on me. You understand? Anyway, Lord, when I pray was edifying, I'm going to close out by giving infinite honor, praise, and glory to His only begotten Son, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai. And I want to give double honors to the elder apostles, elder bishops, and the elders, great millstone. Shalom.